England, it rains a lot and I don't want that interior getting wet.
Well, this aged poorly. One of my family members recently lost some printer ink in my car. Very specific problem, but that's what happened. And they thought it was under the passenger seat. They checked under there, didn't find that, but they found a wet, crumpled up receipt. And then that made me want to check behind the seats to have a look at the carpets, and both carpets were soaked and had puddles underneath them. So clearly the car, in this horrific weather that we've been having in the UK, has gotten water into the car. Now, this is not something that I was looking forward to diagnosing, to seeing what was wrong and to try and clear it out, because obviously I've broken my hand. I can't really get heavy seats out of a car to then dry the carpets out, and I also can't really perform the work very well either. So let's get Toby on board, get this out, and let's see what we can do. Hey, there's more money. So I was planning on, this isn't, what is this? This is not you. What is this? I've never seen this. I've never seen this before. So it's Repubblica Italiana. It's Italian money before the euro, clearly. Hey, there we go. Right, other side. Annoyingly, I haven't done any of this. I would kill to trade places with Toby at the moment, whereas I have the ability to take apart a car, but with this, for a while, no. However, some really good news is that we found money. We found a lot more than that Italian lira, so we found a decent amount of money on this side of the car, and hopefully some more underneath. There's also the really good fact is that these little pools that sit under the car, these little divots for the computers, they are completely and utterly bone dry. So this car has gotten very lucky. Now these divots usually do fill up with water, and if they fill up with water, then you risk frying the ACU, the alarm control unit. If you do that, that's a lot of money to repair, and that needs to be reprogrammed, and you haven't also fried your electric seats if you have them like me. So what I'm going to do now is tear the carpets up, dry it out as much as we can on the little sections that are wet, and then we're going to clear the drains out. Huh. This is proper Cleo Initial level here. Well, all the water mopped out of the floors now. The car is nice and clean. I've now gotten some dehumidifiers sitting under the carpet so it can drain all the water out to there. Now I'm going to leave those in the car for now because I don't want to strip the whole interior out, and it's only a tiny bit that's been affected on the back end. As I've said, the front is absolutely perfect, so I'm going to leave it there. But from the floor, we've got 230 millilitres of the finest 26-year-old dirt-filled water that I've ever seen in my life. How much for a drink, Toby?
100 quid?
Go for it. With all of those put away in the boot, what I'm going to do now is, with the seats out, I'm going to get a chance to vacuum the car. So I found a lot of money in there. I found a lot of dirt and debris from 26 years. So get the Hoover out, give the car a nice clean. Also, where the seats have just rubbed up against the centre console, they've left marks. Going to get that all off. So this is going to look a hell of a lot better once we're done. Between that clip and now, it's been about a week, so I've just been ill from the painkillers that I was given on the same day we started taking this apart, and obviously couldn't really work in that time. Off camera, got on the carpets off of the firewall to dry those out and to try and see where the leaks were coming from afterwards.
I've set up a camera looking at the firewall of the car, and I've got some water here which I'm going to pour down the sections of the clamshell that meets with the roof and meets with the body lines. This will get the water going down into the drain on the right hand side, and if it is dripping out of the drain, we will get that camera capturing the water going along the firewall and going to the carpets. I don't think there's no more water that's come into the car through the main area where I would have expected it. I would have expected it to have fallen straight out here, down this rubber tube, and gone straight onto the carpets. But there's no water down here, and it seems like all of the water has just dripped out onto the floor. So if that drain's not the problem, what is? So yeah, I initially tried that method. It didn't work very well at all, did it? I didn't find anything on the inside, so I decided to wash the car, which, let's be honest, after sitting out for about 4 weeks after doing this, it needed a wash quite badly, and I thought that would show up something.
You have got to be me.
Yeah, I know what that looks like. My initial reaction, not brilliant. I was a bit annoyed because the passenger side had absolutely nothing. The driver's side had the tiniest bit of water around where the roll bar is bolted into the chassis on the rubber support that is also put in there just for sound deadening. So with that being a little bit wet, it made me remove the tonneau cover and have a look, and I found my issue. So if you have a Boxster, this is what causes your interior to be soaked. These are two little foam drip trays. This is basically where the water will drip when it goes through the hole and the seal between the roof and the actual tonneau cover itself. So any rainwater will drip into there, get collected, and then go into the little drain. Because these are made of foam, it's going to tear very easily, and does on Boxsters. It's a very, very common issue. However, I don't have any on hand, and it requires taking the roof off. Now, because I don't have any of these on hand, it means there's going to be a part 2 to this saga once I've gotten these actually in stock and Toby can help me take the roof off, and then we can get them changed. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned and take care.